Have you ever asked yourself, if we're born at the same time, why are our lives so different? Some people rise to lead nations, while others struggle just to survive. Let me take you on a story that reveals the answer in the most unexpected way. Once upon a time, in a peaceful kingdom ruled by a thoughtful and wise king, a strange question started haunting his mind. One evening, while browsing through some ancient scrolls and records from the royal library, the king stumbled upon his birth chart. He looked at the time and date of his birth and whispered to himself, "If I was born at this moment, surely many others were too. So why am I sitting on a throne, while others may not even have a roof over their heads?" The question dug deep into his heart. It wasn't ego, it was curiosity. So the next day, during his royal court, he stood up before his ministers and scholars and asked, "Tell me honestly, when I was born, many others must have entered the world too. But why did destiny choose me to be king? Why not them?" A heavy silence filled the room. No one had an answer. The wisest scholars exchanged nervous glances. Philosophers scratched their heads. It was then that the kingdom's oldest astrologer stood up. He bowed and said, "Maharaj, your question is beyond books and charts, but there is someone who might hold the answer, a Mahatma who lives deep in the forest, in solitude and silence. If anyone can answer this, it's him." Without hesitation, the king set out, alone, without his guards, without luxury, just him and his horse, driven by the fire to understand the truth. After a long journey through wild terrain, he reached the heart of the forest and found the Mahatma. But the sight before him was disturbing. The holy man was calmly eating burning coal. Shocked but respectful, the king asked, "O Lord, why do those born at the same time live such different lives? Why didn't they all become kings, like me?" The Mahatma didn't reply gently. Instead, he snapped, "I cannot answer your question, but further in the forest, near a waterfall, another Mahatma meditates. Maybe he will tell you." The king, though rattled, pressed on. Through dense woods and rocky paths, he arrived at the roaring waterfall. And there he saw something even more horrifying. The second Mahatma was eating his own flesh. The king felt nauseous but approached anyway, mustering his courage. "Oh Lord, please forgive my intrusion. I have a question. Why are the fates of people born at the same time so different?" The Mahatma glared at him with rage. "You fool, I cannot give you this answer either. Go to the nearby village. There, a 5-year-old child is about to die. He will give you the answer you seek." Now confused and emotionally shaken, the king rode to the village. He reached a humble hut where a small child lay dying, surrounded by grieving parents and a doctor. The king knelt beside the frail boy and gently asked, "Child, 2 Mahatmas sent me to you. They said, you have the answer to my question." The child, surprisingly calm and smiling, looked at the king with wisdom far beyond his years. "Maharaj," the boy said, "do you remember the 2 Mahatmas you met? They are your brothers. And I am your youngest brother, not in this life, but 7 births ago. In that life, all 4 of us were princes. One day, while lost in a jungle for days, we were starving. We finally found a bag of flour, made some rotis, and just as we were about to eat, a sage appeared. He was hungry too. Our eldest brother, the one eating coal, refused to give even a bite, fearing he'd have nothing left. The second, the one eating his own flesh, mocked the sage, saying, "Should I eat my own flesh instead?" The third brother simply turned away. "This is me. But you tore your roti in half and gave it to the sage with love and respect." That sage was no ordinary man. Before leaving, he blessed you and said, "Your next life will bear the fruit of your kindness." The boy took a deep breath. "That is why you are a king today, and we are living the consequences of our actions." The king sat there shaken, speechless. For years he had believed his crown was the result of luck, astrology, or even divine favoritism. But now he understood. Our fate isn't written in the stars, it's carved by our actions. A small act of kindness, a moment of compassion, a decision to share even when you have little. These shape the destiny of our lives in ways we can't imagine. Someone said, if the wrong password can't unlock a phone, how can the wrong actions unlock your destiny? So today, ask yourself, what are you planting for your future? Because your karma is the pen, and your actions are writing your tomorrow. This is your moment. Act with purpose. Choose kindness and shape your legacy. This is Motivated Soul, and if you're listening to something good, you're exactly where you need to be. Don't forget to tune in every week for another story that moves your heart and fuels your spirit. Until next time, stay motivated, stay kind,